What a beautiful Monday morning around here, and we're looking forward to the rest of the day. Got some neat plans that God has laid out for us, as do you. I keep going back all summer long at the church camp. We were memorizing and helping other people memorize Ephesians 2:10. One of the phrases is that we can do the good works that God prepared beforehand for us to do. And I enter into the day or the work week with that confidence that there are things ahead of us today that God has prepared for us. At the conclusion of Paul's letter to the church in Rome, he's listed all these individuals by name and given them identifying labels. They're all in the same category, but it's like different aspects of the same relationships. One of my favorites was what we looked at last Friday, and that is in the Lord. And here in verse 16, it's the only verse we're going to look at, Romans 16:16, he says, "Greet one another with a holy kiss. All the churches of Christ greet you." So this conclusion, and he's got a few more things to say, but really that's the heart of the matter. Greet one another with a holy kiss, not an unholy kiss, not a dishonest kiss, but greet each other with affection and like my brothers and sisters and I, when we were immature, when we were little kids, we were not affectionate. We rarely greeted each other kindly. But now that we've grown up and recognized the priceless value of the relationship that we have with each other, we greet each other with affection, and it's holy, it's sincere, it's pure, it's clean, and it is delightful. And so as the church gathers together, we ought to look at one another as mature brothers and sisters and take delight in the presence of each other. And Paul is saying, continue the Oriental practice of the kiss when you greet. Now, our culture, wherever you are, might be a little different. It might not be acceptable to kiss each other in your culture, but there are, in every culture, different ways of expressing deep joy in another person's presence. And we ought to be able to experience that. I like what Jonathan has done on Sunday mornings here in incorporating, including into our morning worship time, a time to greet somebody that you haven't had a chance to greet yet this morning. That's kind of how he'll say it. And it gives us a chance to talk with each other, to enjoy the fellowship for just a few more minutes at that level. He says, do it with sincerity. The holy kiss is not treacherous, like Judas's kiss in the Garden of Gethsemane was a treacherous kiss. The holy kiss is sincere, it's truthful, it's affectionate, it's pure, it's clean, it doesn't have impure thoughts connected to it. It's, I'm delighted to be here together with you. That's the whole idea. And then the last phrase is, the churches of Christ greet you. It's one of the neat phrases in Scripture. When you're looking for a name to put on your congregation, that's a good name. Jesus bought the church. It ought to wear his name. Christian or Christ ought to be, in my opinion, on the sign out in front of the church, labeling the group, the community that gathers in this place. So it's not limited to Sunday, this greeting of your family. We're family Sunday through Saturday. We're family every day. So whenever we see each other out in the marketplace, in the neighborhood, in the restaurant, wherever we see each other, greet each other with holy affection. And I'll leave it at that. We can do that because God has demonstrated his affection for us, his kindness, his grace, his mercy, his joy in our praise and our thanksgiving. So revel, rejoice in that. Rejoice in the fellowship we have in the Christian community so that other people outside that community can see what we have and have a longing to be a part of this. And they can just as easily as we did through the grace and mercy and power of Jesus Christ, because he loves you and we love you too.